Other topics, you've got one, haven't you?
Well, I've got a story from The Observer, and it's basically a story about a lady called Louise Slogan. She's just released a book in America called Knock Yourself Up. And basically, it's a guide to, as a single woman, I know, controversial or what? It's basically a provocative guide to getting pregnant as a single woman. Louise herself, she's a single mum. She's 44 years old. She's just had a child. Her son is 15 months old. And she got herself pregnant through artificial insemination. Ah. So it's an interesting story. I mean, she's basically advocating, she goes on to say here, independent women are not prepared to sit dolefully on the shelf and wait until their fertility runs out, nor are they prepared to settle for Mr. You'll have to do. Or are they prepared to accidentally get themselves pregnant by an uncommitted partner? I think we all heard those stories. I think we all can tell a few stories about women who, you know, as far as the eye can see, don't have partners, and then all of a sudden, wham, bam, you know, they're sort of preggers. So basically, she's saying it's a good thing. She's saying it should be a lifestyle choice. You know, as a career woman, you may be in a situation where your 20s pass you by, your 30s pass you by, your biological clock is ticking away, and you don't have a partner. So she's saying and advocating that you should therefore then have the choice to go out and get yourself pregnant.
Not as long as you don't work for Sylvia. Otherwise you'll be in trouble.
Absolutely. Now, ladies, what do you think on that point?
It's not a how-to guide. She's actually advocating
the choice. She's advocating the choice.
Is it that she's advocating the choice, or is it about, because I think there's a number of issues here.
Yes.
There's the choice of we can choose to have a child.
Yes.
Irrespective of whether or not we have a partner.
Yeah.
There's the choice of making it a lifestyle, because when I picked up from that article, she's saying concentrate on your careers in your 20s and 30s, and then when you're ready in your early 40s, then you go and have a child, irrespective of whether or not your partner's in your life. And I think that's a completely different situation, because I think being a single mum is one thing, but making a lifestyle choice where you're saying I'm going to concentrate on my career for 20 odd years, and then I'm going to go and have a child, and I'm not going to care whether or not the man's there.
Yes.
I think that's a completely different.
I mean, there's been loads of backlash. There's been different discussion boards opened up about this in America, online, on the radio, in all the press. And basically, the feedback is that they feel that what she's advocating or what she's suggesting is extremely selfish.
What do you ladies say?
I don't know if I'd say it was selfish. I definitely think that in your 40s, having a child doesn't get any easier. I think it's probably still difficult to be a single parent. You know, some of my friends who are single parents and working, it's more than a full-time job. It's so difficult, and I think that should be flagged up. You know, when you have got someone else to help you look after the baby, maybe even just to stay in and babysit so you can get out of the house as well. I think that needs to be considered.
Isn't there also sorry to interject, but isn't there also the issue of the child and whether or not children need male father figures in their lives?
Absolutely.
At the family unit.
Well, the article does go on to say that statistics have proven that children from two-parent families fare much better than children from one-parent families. So then it does suggest, you know, if you're going to make the choice to have a child on your own, consciously, you know, you can understand why it can be deemed to be a bit selfish, knowing that your child would be better off if there were two of you.
But what are they meaning by a two-parent? Because I'm from a divorced family. My parents split up when I was quite young. So does that class me as from a one-parent family, do you think?
Well, you have two parents.
I have two parents,
yes. But obviously, if you were artificially inseminated, you don't
have
one.
That's what they're deeming as. I mean, this is an interesting topic, and I think that maybe this is something we should revisit as topic of the week, because I think that we hear people debating it all the time, whether or not as women, now that we've got more financial security, we need a man. And, you know, I think that all of us have different opinions on that, and I think we should revisit it at some point. What do you guys think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant. Okay, so talk